howdy, it's Uncle Paul. Well, my job still may get in the way of my trip to the Appalachian Trail this summer. Well, I just left the HR department there with the school district, and I had to sign papers. I had to get my picture taken for ID badge and all that. All that went well, of course, but the benefits, the decisions and signing up for it, the decisions I have to make, all that information won't be available until sometime in the second week of July. And then I'll have to read all the information. I'll have to make decisions, may have to go in for an appointment. It all just kind of depends. So, it's disappointing. And right now I'm like, well, I don't see how I can fit a hike to the and go to the Appalachian Trail and hike. I don't know how I can fit that in. Because I was planning on being back several days before August 5th, my first day of work. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. Haven't had time to process it. My dad started this business in 1961. We were in business for well over 50 years. My oldest brother, David, joined my dad in the early 1980s, like 1981, and learned the business. And I joined the business full-time in 2008. Well, Dad passed away in 2012, and the business was already struggling for various reasons. And then finally, in January of this year, we had to close the doors. So, now I'm looking for a job, we both are. And when this happened, I knew that I wasn't exactly going to be marketable. Who's going to hire someone who looks like me and is in such bad physical shape as I am? So that certainly is a major part of what has motivated me to start trying to get healthy. But also, the way I'm trying my best to look at it is that it's an opportunity. That this is now an opportunity for me. I'm 49 years old. But here's an opportunity I have now to try to find something to do for a living that I'm passionate about. I like the office work just fine. But something that I can do that really motivates me to get up every morning and look forward to what I'm going to be doing that day and working hard at it. There are a few passions that I have, and I'm not sure how I'm going to make this transition and make this opportunity pay off in that way. But one of my passions now, it was 5-6 years ago when I first lost a bunch of weight, it was to get healthy, and it was to help other people, to motivate other people, teach other people, lead by example, to live a good lifestyle, and to help other people do that. So my prayer and my hope is that maybe somehow through this experience that I will be able to stay passionate, stay motivated, and use this experience to be able to help others. I need to turn the passion that I have now into something that I can pour into making a living and help other people at the same time. Many of you
will recognize this place. I haven't been here in a good while, but it's a good place to come and get some good conditioning on the legs. So I'm gonna test out my knee and all that, my calf here, see what I can do. It's already hot this morning. Well, that video that I just showed you guys, that old one, I want to talk about that in just a moment, but I have two major things I need to tell you first. That's good. Drank a lot of water after I got through with the hiking up the side here, but time for a little bit of coffee. Now the two first main things I want to let you know is that I have decided not to go out on the Appalachian Trail this year. There's just not enough time. Once I get everything squared away after the second week of July, whatever, you know, however long that takes me, I'm sure it won't take very long, but anyway, it's going to be such a short period of time. I don't think it's worth the expense. So I've already talked to or contacted both Joe and Craig, and I'm disappointed. Joe said, you know, just you got to think of the big picture, which is true. I can't hardly complain about, you know, the job and getting ready for this job getting in the way of this trip, you know. Anyway, but so I do have other things planned that I want to do this summer that are short things. I mean, I don't have them totally nailed down, but I do know there's at least one place I want to go do some hiking. There's a couple that I'd like to go out and do some hiking. I'll do that this summer. They're not very far away. The second thing is that I'm planning on taking a brief vacation from YouTube a month, the month of July. So my next video will be the August 1st? I don't know, whatever Sunday, I guess it's that first Sunday in August, I think. Anyway, but right before I go back to work, which will be later that week. But I will get on the scale. Now, some of you are going to worry, and I understand why you would worry, but so it won't do me any good to say don't worry, so I'm not. But I'll get on the scale in that video, and I'll let you know and show you some of what I've done this summer, at least in the month of July. So just going to take a more of an extended break than I ever have before. So, okay, now why I showed that video. So that video from 2016, just shortly after I started my YouTube channel, you know, I had stated in a general way, some of the goals that I had, some of the dreams that I had. And so I want to just go back and remind myself of what I said back then. And, you know, even though I haven't accomplished all those goals, I still, after 5 years, I look back and think, okay, in a lot of ways, I've come a long way. I am in a job now, finally, that is permanent. It's going to be steady, and it has benefits. You know, I wasn't even thinking about, when I made that video, of doing any kind of backpacking. I mean, I knew that would probably be in my future, but I had no plans of any kind. So back then, before all that started, really, yeah, I wasn't in good shape. I'm not in great shape now, obviously, still, but I'm a lot more conditioned, if you will. There's been a number of times that I've hiked with people that aren't as old as me, aren't as big as me, and they're like, man, you know, you've been doing this a lot, and you're better conditioned than I am. So that was a plus for me on this job, you know, that I have now in getting it. You know, when I first got the job of substitute teacher to get a paycheck, I still wouldn't have ever dreamed that I'd be in a situation with the school district to where, even though I'm not a teacher, I have my own classroom of students, every day for lengthy periods of time, actually. So I probably never would have got the job if I hadn't been able this last year to go around that campus physically and do everything that I needed to, because some of it's physical, some of it's, sort of physical, but I was able to hold up to it just fine. I wouldn't have imagined that necessarily back then, but also, just thinking about, well, I still need to lose a lot of weight. I'm not in a job that's inspiring, that is teaching people to lose weight or necessarily inspiring them to lose weight, and being that kind of an example to other people and making a living that way. But you know what? Being with young people in that kind of a situation in a classroom, there is a chance of motivating people beyond just losing weight or whatever. There's all kinds of different ways I might be able to inspire and motivate them and strive, and it'll push me to want to be an example, not just physically and trying to get healthier and feel better and look better and all that, but in so many other ways. So in some ways, this is even a greater opportunity, and to maybe in my own little way, touch the lives of kids that are still young enough to be impressionable. You never know what the possibilities are there. So I am trying to look at all this in a positive way. So there's a number of things to be thankful for, and I know I'm blessed. And so, it's hard to be upset. It's a little frustrating, but that things haven't worked out exactly as I wanted. But still, they're good. I'm in a good place, and I still have a lot of improvement, obviously to do. And anyway, looking at the brighter side, and I'm looking forward to some of the plans I have. By the way, I've already had been making plans before I'd even thought about not being able to maybe make it on the AT. There's 3, maybe 4 different things that are already in the works for later this year that I'm looking forward to, and I think you'll be excited about as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut the video here instead of tomorrow morning, and might sleep in just a little bit, start my vacation then, but I'll plan on getting this up sometime tomorrow for sure. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in about a month, Lord willing. Take care.